Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, loved people. Welcome back to Minnie's Mental Health. How are you today? Where are you around this world? I would like to thank you for joining me on another session of Minnie's Mental Health. I'm so grateful that you've chosen to spend the precious time with me. You know, everyone knows and can all see it. Time is just flying by. Wow. But we thank God for the grace to do what we have to do in life. So on my last video, I spoke about the weather and how it can affect our mood, and obviously that's linked to mental health. So on this session, I would like to talk about music. So we all know that music has a direct effect on how we feel. You know, we can listen to music that lifts our spirits up. We can listen to music that depresses us. Let's be honest, let's be sincere. Such as, you know, some country music. Yeah, and some people don't know, but some if you go through all the genres like hip hop, that hip hop or garage music, I think mostly known here in the UK, that even though, and this is my sincere opinion now, even though lots of young people are unaware, but some of the music, especially that glorifies violence and just strife and contention, it really does affect their mood. And a lot of times it really does inspire them to do what the music is telling them to, although they may not want to admit it. But it has been proven, i.e., all the knife crime, the violence, especially in this city of London. I'm not saying it's the only factor, but I know for sure that it is a powerful factor. Okay. So in this topic, I cannot go without leaning onto my faith as a Christian, and also being someone from an African country who understands the spirituality of life. Music does not just affect our moods, music affects our souls. So there's a lot of popular sayings, but one of them is that worship goes to our spirit. And then, you know, just music, normal music. When I say normal, I mean non-worship. When we're not worshiping our maker, our God, that goes to our souls and it goes to our minds. So music is a very powerful tool that can be used either for good or for evil, really. And we can all say that it is quite apparent in our societies, in our homes, in our communities. You know, so I just like to encourage parents and caregivers right now, and just to challenge all of us, really, including myself. I'm a parent and I'm also a caregiver, as in I work with children. What sort of music are we allowing our children to listen to? Have we ever pondered on the impact of the sort of music that we are allowing them to listen to? Of course, I know that toddlers, babies, toddlers, young children are still under our care. When our very children become teenagers, they like to choose for themselves, or even adults, we cannot then control them. But what I can encourage is that starting from their infancy and their formative years, to sort of influence them on the right type of music. Of course, I'm biased, I'm Christian. So, for example, my favorite music is gospel music. I love gospel. I love different genres of gospel music. I do listen to secular music, but with a pinch of salt. And the kind of secular music I listen to, I'll give an example of an artist that I do, and I do sort of like some of her music, is Lauryn Hill. Why? Because she's intellectual. She's intellectual. She thinks about what she's talking about. She writes and sings about, and she writes about topics that affect society, you know, like relationships, um, you know, like childhood, adulthood, how the society is, you know. So in her music, some of her music, I'm not saying all of it, but some of her music I really do enjoy listening to. So I'm very conscious about what I allow myself, or even my child, or anyone that is in my care, i.e. Children, to listen to. Not only listen to, watch as well, but obviously the topic now is music. Music, I don't know how to describe this, but there is a potency in music. You know, we've heard all a lot of artists, American artists, for example, let's say, all the hip hop artists, or R&B artists, that talk about how they needed to sell their soul to the devil before they could become famous, successful. It is very true. Last week I was took a taxi, and I was talking to the driver, and he was telling me that he had a client, i.e. in a taxi, a very young British guy, who confirmed to him that yes, his music, I think he is a garage. I think he is in the garage genre, or UK hip hop, should I say, genre. And he admitted to the taxi driver that because he did not choose to sell his soul to the devil and to the record label, i.e., obviously they're serving the devil, he was not signed with this popular record recording label. So these things are true, and you know, I think in this day and age, you do not have to be religious at all to know that there's there's something wrong in this world, and it's more than what meets the eye. I don't think you have to be religious. Even children, uh, in their innocence, are aware of that. So I would like to challenge parents and caregivers, including myself. I'm challenging myself, um, because I don't want to seem like I'm Miss Perfect. No, but have made a I made a decision a long time ago within my Christian faith that I would guard what I listen to, what I allow others around me, especially if they're in my care, to listen to. So, my son, for example, when we're indoors, or I solely have care for him, he doesn't just listen to any music. It's mostly gospel music. It's mostly children's nursery rhymes, of course, the Christian ones and the non-Christian ones as well. Yes, and his name is significantly linked to music, and I can see that. So, you know, and I would also say, based on my Christian faith, that the devil, Lucifer himself, was one of the best worshippers before he rebelled and he was thrown out of heaven. And when he was thrown out of heaven, he was casted out of heaven into where? This earth. So guess who will be influencing most of secular music? And as I said before, I'm not against all secular music or all secular artists. I'm just saying, as someone who is a child of God and spiritually aware, so I have that privilege of being a Christian, but also I'm African. So, and we get introduced to the spirituality, the realities of the spirituality of life via music, but via life experiences very early in life. So please take it from me as you're watching or listening to me. God bless you. Let me not make my video too long. It's one of these topics I'm very passionate about. Please be mindful. Please, let me not just be, please, let's be mindful. Please, let's be very careful. And please, let's keep watching. Let's be alert. Take care. God bless you and see you on my next one.